We have some significant breaking news out of Vancouver. They've come to terms with defenseman Filip Hronek on a long-term extension. We'll discuss the deal. Welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have a pretty significant update out of the Vancouver Canucks organization. They've come to terms with pending RFA defenseman Filip Hronek on an 8-year contract extension. Now, we know Hronek had a pretty solid year, first full year in Vancouver. First half of the year was definitely a lot better than the second half. There's some belief that he might have been battling an injury in the second half of the year, but the player himself would not confirm that when they were doing their end-of-season media availability after being eliminated by the Edmonton Oilers in round 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. But he played well next to Quinn Hughes. We knew that the numbers he put up, he was going to be able to command a pretty big salary increase. There was some talk that he was looking for $8 million or more. It's fair to say all along that the Canucks were not going to pay him more than Quinn Hughes. There's just no way. And they obviously like the player. There's some talk about trading him if he wants $8 million. But as soon as you trade him, you're going to be trying to replace him. And for what he provides as the right shot defenseman with offensive upside, they're hard to find. It's becoming a rare breed. So obviously they wanted to get him signed. So they get him locked up on an 8-year contract extension with an average annual value of $7.25 million. That's pretty good value for what he gave them this year. He has become a top pair defenseman in Vancouver. Some teams he might be a 3 or 4, but in Vancouver, the way they're structured there and is good strong play with Quinn Hughes, he's a pretty good number 2. And that figure, I think, leaves them enough wiggle room to look after a lot of the other business that they're looking for. Like I said, there was a lot of talk if they couldn't come to terms, they might have to trade him. Some talk about sending him to Carolina for Marty Natchez and all that stuff. And you know what? It was interesting. And it could have worked out that way if things went down that road. We know the Canucks do have interest in Natchez. But at the same time, like I said, if you trade Hronek, you're going to be almost immediately looking for the next guy and who's going to be another right shot D. And the other thing is Quinn Hughes, the captain, your best player. He's gone through enough D partners during his time there. He's seen enough guys that he really liked playing with end up leaving. And Hronek was another guy just makes sense with his age, how he fit with Hughes, the numbers he put up, that you just get him looked after. So in the long term of this contract, that's $58 million over the 8 years. $21 million of that is paid out in signing bonuses over the course of time. The first 3 years, he does have a full no-move clause of the contract. And then the remaining, the first 3 years that he's eligible, I should say. And then the final remaining of the contract after the no-move clause, after I think it's 2028, when that changes to a 15-team no trade. So he's got some form of trade protection as soon as he's eligible, which kicks in, I believe, 1 more year from now. So at the same time here, I hate seeing teams give out the full no move. I really think that teams give it out too much, but they've set precedents now, and it's kind of hard to not offer it to some guys. But at the same time, it's when you don't have it for the full term, at least it becomes more flexible as the deal goes on. So $58 million, $7.25 million. Good amount of signing bonuses in there, $21 million over the course of time. And then, of course, there's no trade protection in there, too. So let me know your thoughts on the contract. It's a pretty big piece of business for Vancouver. They wanted to get this done as soon as they could before free agency, before the draft. So they start trying to make other moves. They have a better configuration of what they're working with their salary cap situation. And obviously, it's a big piece there. So let me know your thoughts on the Filip Hronek contract extension in Vancouver. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's too much? Or do you think they should have moved him? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. We'll discuss in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll be back a little bit later with another video recapping all of today's news and rumors around the entire NHL. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.